Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I've got the terrific Taurus May horoscope. But firstly I'm going to draw two cards as theme cards for the month for you. So let's go to the board now and I'll do that first. So Taurus in May 2024, what do I see? Loose lips, sink ships. I see some lips, and this is about chatting and talking and maybe even gossiping, so do watch gossipy type people, that you avoid them basically. I certainly would. And so you might hear something that's a bit like a secret, or maybe it's got a salacious element to it. Best keep quiet, I think. Let's see what card comes up for you for May. So the Four of Cups, this could be to do with a previous partner, I'm thinking, because this card sometimes brings up like sadness and especially like memories from the past. And Mercury will turn direct soon, the end of April, but there's still a week or so of shadow period, so it's still possible you might hear of someone in your past. Often the past comes back with Mercury retrograde. It's probably a relationship issue with this red rose underneath. These white roses, it's like there's a strong spiritual connection, but it's very hard on the physical plane to get it to work out. So even though there might be times of despair or sadness, Spirit is now offering you a new cup of energy. Will you take it? Ball's in your court. Okay, that's the first half of the month. The second half, what do I see? Terrific Taurus. Oh, and also, sorry, I can't move on until I say what I'm supposed to say. Venus is your ruler, and Venus is in love with love. Sometimes you can be very idealistic about how relationships are supposed to be, and the idea of being in love with the concept of love may appeal to you at different times. However, there is a cold, hard, practical reality as well. So, yeah, very sad, but time to move on. The second half of the month, what do I see for you? A lot of waterfalls here. So after that difficult time, there is a lot of fresh energy coming in. The waterfalls, clear, crisp, clean water. It's energy and vitality going around your system. If you have a health problem, there may be an improvement. And if you just felt a bit flat or unmotivated, you might start to feel somewhat human again as this energy, new energy, comes through. The card that comes up is the Knight of Cups. It's all about going out, exploring your emotions. Time to get out and meet some new people. Maybe go and socialise if you can. This is sometimes associated with a young person, and it's like there's a new beginning about to start, a fresh cup of life, even if it's beer. And this starfish in her hand, it's like a new start, a new beginning, coming out of your subconscious, but socialising with people will certainly help get you out of any ruts that you may be in. All right, so there's your cards. Now we're going to look at your horoscope, so I'll just make this a bit bigger. There's no major patterns happening to start the month. There's no eclipses. Retrogrades, we do have one retrograde with Pluto starting, so I'll talk about that in a minute. But firstly, the moon. We have the new moon in Taurus here. Excuse me, in your sign. And the new moon is a sign of new beginnings. So we've got new beginnings here in the second half of the month, and we've also got new beginnings here. And the new moon is likely to bring some sort of situation which is real and physical, and it's around your belief in yourself, how you approach the world, and perhaps even your appearance, your identity. Maybe you want to buy new clothes or something like that, but fresh starts all around you. The full moon's on the 23rd of the month over here in Sagittarius, and this could bring up a bit of turbulence related to any investments you might have, wills, inheritances, any sort of financial type issues that you, especially where you share joint resources with another person, or maybe a company, or maybe even the government. So it can be taxes as well, superannuation or 401k. So could be some sort of communication going on. The full moon can be a culmination, like the completion of something. There may be something going on for some time and it comes to a head. So sometimes it's tumultuous. Sometimes you can also be dealing with lots of women around an issue. And in the 8th house here, again, it's like, can be associated with secrets, because Scorpio is usually like the traditional, this is a spot of Scorpio traditionally in this house, and so it could be like secrets, hence the whispers that I saw at the beginning when we started. And so you might hear something. Intimacy is also another possible issue. If you're craving intimacy and you're not having enough intimacy with other people, or maybe a partner, that may need to be addressed. Pluto goes retrograde on the 2nd of the month in Aquarius. So up here, for some reason I haven't put in my arrows. I usually put in the arrows. Sorry, the other way. Yeah, because it's going that way. And this, it could bring up some sort of transformation in your career. It can also indicate that there's something going on with authority figures, particularly a woman or your mother, and you could have some sort of major issues to do with your career or your reputation. So be careful what you put online. Things can get mixed up quite radically. Actually, that should be there. It's going that way. I was right the first time. Forget that one. And then this is going to be retrograde until October. And that means that a lot of these darker sorts of things in your subconscious are likely to come up, but it's all very internalized. Doesn't mean that anything's necessarily going to happen in your outside world. It's more about your beliefs and what you're thinking and how you're feeling. You may be called to look at dark pieces of the puzzle that happened in the past, maybe to do with this card here, the Four of Cups. Can also sometimes bring up things like addiction or manipulation, any sort of drug use or things like that. They're really dark things, and you might need to have a look at them and maybe make some fresh decisions, release that history that you have and all of the decisions you made at that time, so that you can move forward with greater ease. Then Mercury is also moving on, and it's in Taurus on the 15th, so it will be here. And in your sign, this is going to bring a lot of discussions, communications generally, about how you approach the world. It's possible that you might have been a bit quieter lately, and Spirit is really trying to encourage you to get out in the world more, hence this card. And to socialise more. But certainly your appearance, your belief systems, who you are really as a person, it's up for discussion and negotiation. The Sun is going into Gemini on the 20th. The planet Venus is your ruler, also on the 23rd. It'll be in Gemini. And Jupiter on the 25th in Gemini. So this is all about your money. You may find that there's an increase or an opportunity for an increase in dollars, the Sun as well, and your ruler will be here. So Venus also looks after finances as well, and she may really encourage you to buy some luxury items or some things that you can't necessarily afford. She'll encourage you. She loves beautiful things. So do be careful not to overspend. But look, you're likely to realise with the Sun there on the 20th, you're likely to realise if something's too expensive or that you can't really afford it or whatever. So yeah, the sun will help you out with insights and awareness. Jupiter moving into there may bring some good luck around your finances or your possessions. Maybe you're going to sell some possessions off on eBay or something, or Gumtree if you're in Australia, and you could get good prices, particularly after the 25th of the month. All right, so that's it, terrific Taurus. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this has been useful for you. Please leave a like and a comment. That would be fabulous. Most importantly, subscribe and be alive, and have a wonderful month. I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.